Okay, another really fun way to flirt with a woman when you're out on a date or when you're talking with her is to be a challenge. Women love a challenge. I want you to picture this, okay? I love to relate this to my clients because they can picture this well. Because men always try so hard to get a woman to like them. They think like, okay, I'm going to be friends with her. I'm going to try really hard to get her to like me. And then if I do that and I listen to her enough, I talk to her, I hang out enough, she'll want to kiss me or she'll want to have sex with me. Like it's a reward. Like, oh, if I'm a good boy, I'll get some sex. That's not how it works. Women don't want to be like your reward. They want to want it, right? So if you go on a date with your woman, you're like, oh, I'm going to be so nice to her and please her, and then maybe she'll want to be my girlfriend. That's not how women think. It's just not like that, unfortunately. And you think you're being nice like that, and she's actually turned off by that. Believe it or not, women don't like that. They'd rather have a guy that is more of a challenge. Women want to feel like they got the champion, the man, the alpha male. That's what they want. Now, it's okay if you're still a nice guy. I'm just going to teach you how to be that nice guy that's kind of edgy like that. So being a challenge is important because I want you to picture how this works. I'll picture how a woman's mind works is if you picture yourself, you have a table, and on the top of a table, there's a plate with a big chocolate chip cookie. Now, I'm hoping you like chocolate chip cookies here. If not, picture your favorite treat, your favorite dessert. It could be a piece of cake or whatever you like, but let's just say that this cookie represents that delicious piece of food that you want. So there's that cookie, right? Now, let's say if I added an entire truckload of cookies on that table. That table is just full with just chocolate chip cookies, tons of them. And let's say you've already eaten your food. How much do you really want that cookie? You just ate a big meal, and all these cookies are available. Are you really dying for a cookie? It's like, I don't really want one right now, right? Now, take all those cookies away. There's one cookie on the table. Let's say you haven't eaten yet. And you're like, that cookie looks pretty good. I probably shouldn't eat it, but that looks tasty. Is your desire a little bit more for the cookie than the last picture? Now, picture this. You're starving. You see that one cookie on the table, but 3 of your family members are now staring at the cookie too. And they're all about to pounce on that cookie and eat it. You're like, they're all going to eat the cookie first. What's your desire for that cookie now? I'm guessing probably a little higher, right? Okay. So this is the level of attraction with the woman. Picture, when you try too hard, you're adding more cookies to the table and filling your stomach more. So you trying hard to be with a girl is making yourself available. There's just tons of cookies on the table. You're like, all the cookies are here. I can eat one whenever I want. Do you really want it as much? You're like, oh yeah, I do like cookies, but it's just, I don't know, just don't feel like having it. But the more challenging you are to a woman, the more that you become like that cookie that's sitting by itself on the table. You're like, I could have that cookie. The more, if you really turn up the attraction, you challenge her even more. It's like, now there's the cookie and 5 people are going for it. She's like, move out of the way, I want that cookie. Okay? That's how we want her to feel about you. And by taking yourself away, believe it or not, or making yourself a challenge, you make yourself more desirable. She wants you more, so she comes to you rather than you coming to her. It's just a little bit tough concept to swallow, no pun intended with the cookies, okay? But it works. So let me give you an example. How do you be a challenge? So a great thing is, women always think, women are nervous when they like a guy, like they don't want to feel like easy or kind of like a slut. They don't want her friends thinking bad about them. So they'll say things like, I'll go out with you, but we're just going to be friends, no sex or anything like that. She doesn't really mean that, but sometimes guys that aren't experienced with women think that that's really what she means. So instead, they don't try anything. They don't try to make any moves. They're like, oh, okay. And then they think all of a sudden she's just going to snap out of it and be interested in them. That's not how it works. That's how you end up in the friend zone. Okay? So instead, I bring this up first and be the challenge. So I'm like, all right, listen, I'm going to go out to dinner you, but don't try any funny stuff. Just friends. Got it? And she's like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm supposed to say that. See, I'm challenging her. So when I do that, it's kind of like taking the cookies off the table and making it more desirable. I'm creating the scarcity. I'm showing that I am not going to be the easy one. Okay? Like, all right, I'm going to go on a date with you, but don't expect me to sleep with you on the first date. Okay? You're going to have to at least wait till the second one for that. Or you're going to have to at least buy me dinner, and then we can do that. All right? A more toned down version of that could be, let's say you're laying on a couch and you're on a date with her, and you guys are just cuddling up. You could be like, hey, listen, I'm going to watch this movie, but don't try to make out with me. Okay? I'm not like that. You're going to have to at least make sure this movie's good before I make out with you. And you're messing with her. You're having a little fun. You're showing that you're the challenge. Like, you're not some easily guy that just makes out with any girl. They have to work to get you. And women like this. That's what they want. They want to feel like, ooh, I got the good one, right? Do you want the easy girl? Do you want the girl that any guy can get? Or do you want the girl who's like the prom queen, or the one that everybody is chasing after that no other guy can get? Isn't that the girl you want more? Right? So that's how you have to be. You've got to be the challenge. And being a challenge, that's some examples by saying things like that. Like, she's like, oh, hey, you want to go get a drink? You could be like, hey, you're just trying to get me drunk so you can take advantage of me, aren't you? And you're messing with her again. You're being a challenge. Okay? So come up with some examples that you can do of being a challenge. I gave you some things right there on how to do that or what to do. And think of some ways that you can be kind of a little bit more challenging rather than so available. Like, would you like to get a drink with me? Oh, yeah, definitely. I would love that. There you are. There's all the cookies right there on the table. It's like, yep, I'm totally available. No one else is interested in me. So, yeah, I'm right here. Would you find that attractive? No, right? Okay. So, she says, you want to go get a drink with me? You're just trying to get me drunk and take advantage of you, aren't you? I know your plan. I know girls like you, right? And you're just messing with her, though. You're not serious. And you're like, all right, fine. I'll go get a drink. But don't try any funny stuff on me until I say so. You see, you're totally in control. She's like, man, this guy is smooth and confident. Okay? I know it sounds weird, but believe me, try it, and it will work much better. And if you're not used to this is probably why you're not having success with women or whatever, or what some of the issues that you've had. If you're being too nice and you're afraid to make the moves, you're going to have a difficult time. I'm just letting you know that. And women do not want that. They do not want you to be too nice. They want you to make moves. They want you to take chances. And even if she rejects you, she's like, even if nothing does happen, she's still going to find you more attractive. So when she's ready, she'll be ready to do whatever you want to do, make out with her or whatever, or get to that level. Because she's attracted to you. You're attracted all the time. Attractive all the time because of the way you act. Okay, so the last one we're getting in is honest with your intent. All right, let's get into that video.